Top of the morning, man. Yes, Lord. Have mercy, baby. I hope you don't mind, man. so, yes. It's a grand morning, man. You know, most times I move around until I get tired enough to go lay down and go to sleep. Right? So I know you like, hey, you mean tell me you gotta wear yourself down to go to sleep? And I say, it's not even a physical thing of its entirety, but it's a mental thing, right? Like, boom, to fall asleep. I mean, it's some stuff that done happened, some time done passed. And if I'm falling asleep unsatisfied and because I ain't do all that I set out to do most times, or something inside me telling me that I ain't do all I could. So I'm waking up in the morning knowing I said me the whole time I'm talking, and I ain't, it don't sound good or feel good because I'm used to having people with me and we doing things together, or we standing in for one another. You know, in my mind, this is what I believe, that these things that I'm used to. I'm used to being there for people and people being there for me. And this go around ain't been like that. So my struggle to wake up and put in me the motivative force, the motivating force of being inspired. And I gotta reach deep down inside to get this inspiration. Yeah, you hear my voice cracking and shit, cause I can feel everything I'm saying. When I gotta dig deep down inside to keep giving myself reasons why I should, and praying that I don't run out of gifts of reason, voices of reason, and praying that I don't run out that shit, cause man, when the struggle yours and you own it, but then you there by yourself, trying to figure it out. See, this in the beginning, I think this go around, even I kind of suffer from abandonment issues. Shit that wouldn't even hit my mind. Like, cause I move like, man, I don't need a motherfucker. I got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Like my boy Sang say, man, we gonna blind man shuffle through it, cause that's what we know how to do. We know how to make it work, make it happen, figure it out. Because it gotta happen. It's gotta happen and it's gonna happen. Whether I do it or the next motherfucker do it, it's gonna happen. But if it's mine, then gotta muster up that energy. Whether outside sources have their hands or their influence or their spirit combined with mine to make this happen, it's kind of all on me. And that's kind of a damper too when you not so much as expect assistance, but since this is what you offer a lot and most times, and when ain't nobody there to assist you when you need some assistance, and they know because they're around you, they watching, they know how you move, they know how you breathe. This is how much attention that you had to realize people pay attention. They pay attention to how you breathing, and it's normal. or I would want to believe that it's normal because it's part of human behavior. As I come to find out, breathing is the apparatus that's gonna facilitate the information, kind of, so to speak. Yeah. So if I'm anxious and I'm trying to get a message across, I have to take a couple of deep breaths and slow myself down to discourse the anxiety, so I can make sure that not just the message I'm trying to get across reached its destination, but it reached the destination and meet the destination, so it don't miss it. And a lot of times my anxiety don't allow me to take the deep breath to make sure I get my point across. That's like ineffective communication. And this is what I had to figure out. And then the suffering came from having to start all over. Except this time I'm starting all over with somewhat of a judgment at me from this side because they didn't understand why I didn't get it. And then I'm having to beat myself up and pick myself up at the same time on this side because I should have got it, why I didn't get it. I'm trying, I'm frustrated like a motherfucking... And don't nobody know it but me, right? Yeah, man. Like that song, man. I'm crying inside. And don't nobody know it but me. So, I wear shades a lot so a motherfucker can't see into my soul. And I don't be as conscious or self-conscious as, I probably would be. Right? I have different strategies to keep me going. To keep me going. Because, man, if I miss a reason, I ain't no telling how it turned out. Especially when I can't even go back and just really know the me that I was before July 31st, 2007. And as the everyday pass, it's even more cringing to know that somebody can tell my story better than me. Because these is my experiences. I've lied people inside to come and kind of talk with me and some partners because we was paneling, trying to get things together. And before I know it, the energy changed. And then a bunch of occasions, I'm going to tell you, because I'm MHMR, right? And people don't know, but as I was trying to get people around me to tell me about me, I don't know what their motives was. I don't know what their intentions was. But as I was trying to get them to tell me about me, it seems as though they was coming to an understanding that I didn't know me. And that was an advantage point and to them or something. But me, I'm sitting over here like I done made myself vulnerable. I'm not tripping about what I allowed because it ain't no fear off in that part of it. So now my conversation don't come as free as it want to because of the trust. It's a lack of trust. Like we got a lack of honor. And like my guy E, 9,000, my boy, he had got locked up, man, and shit. Like he say, man, when we got locked up, character was character. It wasn't a Hollywood theme. Character was character. It was the content that of which you was made of, like who somebody knew what they was looking at. But see, now character is character. As a role that's being taken on, like you really don't know who you looking at. Denzel done played in over 20 movies. You don't know who you looking at. So when I left the world, character was a real big thing. you know, because it glued and sealed the deal on reputations and things like that, stuff to be expected from people. And now, you know, words ain't shit. People, you know, people got many faces. They play many roles. You know, this is a many world, and and that's just one of the effects of the social cipher. You know, we kind of didn't even realize it because I'm waking up to a lot, and I do know that just as they speak of mind being a terrible thing to waste, I know that if we don't recognize the mental issues that we thought was normal issues because of where we grew up at, so we cultivated often this mental fucked upness, and we acting like we don't see it when we know we see it and believe it because we've dealt with it before, probably not directly but indirectly. But we need to see it and embrace it. Like, man, I appreciate some of my partners, you understand me? Because they make me come on with it. And I be really chilling like, fuck this shit sometimes. But at the same time, I care about my people. I care about me. I care more about my people. And this was part of my spiritual journey. Niggas, right? Negus. And as I researched it a little bit, because this was my decision between the spiritual and the physical world, that how I was finna pursue or walk off into, you know, what was for me. And then I just knew that I didn't know enough. I didn't even know me. So I had to make a choice. And the choice is just like any other choice. It's easy and it's hard at the same time because I say I'm going to take this spiritual journey. I mean, I'm going to see what it's like to be without. You understand me? I'm going to see what it is to have less and feel so big about me and feel more, right? A bunch of stuff I ain't just really got processed, but as it's processing, I take my recesses so I can assess the situation. You know, I fuck around and have everything wrapped around this bitch, you know what I'm saying? So I can possess, you understand me? But, you know, them just feel good, real good conversations, and I love to have them all the time. It don't mean nothing fly by me because I ain't just saying nothing fly, you know what I'm saying me? But I'll be fly to you for a lot to you, I can tell you that. I can say that when I took this spiritual journey, because I had always saw myself as being king. I ain't know nothing different. I ain't know nothing different. I ain't know why I was on this, but people was looking at me and having this conversation. I'm talking about now. Do know that people talking to me not knowing that I ain't got the sense that they think I got, like that king sense, like I'm still the guy they knew back, you know, and I don't know none of that, right? So when I'm talking this king talk, all I know is that I'm rich inside because I took everything about me on the inside. It wasn't nothing on the outside that I really wanted to have some type of influence over me while I investigate it. You understand me? Don't nothing over there need to have me feeling good about it, because then I ain't going to see it right. I need to see it clearly, and it need to be naked to me, just as well as my soul is going to be naked to people, because they going to see the me that they don't know. Yeah, they going to find out that I'm not him, but they don't know what it is. And they ain't going to investigate the situation. Therefore, the love that I'm thinking that someone would have for me, because I'm just a natural lover. I just love people, man. I want to make sure everybody all right. raised like that, and I raised anybody around me like that, I believe, which is why God be so good to me, man. You know, God better than all us put together, and I watch him work in my life. I watch him allow me to let people see me 3 and 4 and 5 times, and I can kind of live out Dre Ryan when he say, I'll be reintroduced to people I've been introduced to. And, you know, just knowing that God got his hand on me is what allowed me to have some easiness and some comfort and some peace, because I watched him work and he's been convincing. He convinced people around me, which is why a bunch of people have been reintroduced, because I pull away. When my voice ain't being heard, not like I walk up on no scene trying to take over nothing. I'm cool, I'm relaxed, I'm so cool that you wouldn't even know that I was there. It'll be a complaint about, well, what he doing there before? It'll be a complaint about, well, why didn't they keep opening his mouth? I don't know enough to keep opening my mouth, so I'm chill over here, even when I do know. It ain't my show. The respect that I got for somebody else's show ain't gonna let me go up and act like I'm the boss. I'm gonna sit back and chill and, ask to be, because that's what I was. I was invited. I don't say that this is what I was doing. I was invited. So it's a lot of times where I kick back, because I do know that the me that I had to offer finna get lost off in what's going on, because now I don't even fit in no more. To me, in my mind, I don't fit in no more, because it's something about it that I can foresee what's finna happen. And then my spirit say, why get back? Because that ain't for you. I love people. I like joining stuff. I like the unified act of anything. And I do understand that anytime 2 or 3 or 4 people get together, it's always a possibility of it being a beautiful manifestation of some stuff, because God say that with 2 or 3, the power is in. And prayer is a movement too. When bodies get together, yeah, you ain't got to necessarily be saying, God do this, but as y'all moving, God watching, and he making sure he covering your steps. So yeah, he invite himself into some of the equations, and we just don't realize that he there. Because I'm be me anywhere I go. Anybody know me know that. It's a certain situation that I might enter, and I'm cool and relaxed, because part of being me is I like to sit back and, inhale my best and let God do the rest. Relaxation just done came part of my body language. Yeah, that's the conversation. Language is language. Yeah, man. So I trills, man. But say back to the niggas thing and the king thing, because I go to jumping around. I'm telling you, I spend a lot of time with myself, because I don't know how to not look at things more than one way. So I might look too deep off into one thing, and might not see the sense in that. But I always see the sense of it, because I don't know enough to not look at everything more than one way. Right? It's a fact and opinion. It's a true and a false. It's a up and down. It's a left and a right. So in between all these things that's happening, is the atom and mass. So it's always a possibility of something else being right there. I think that's the part of when the doctor say I'm schizoaffective, right? And man, boom. What you witnessing, me going from here to da, that's a racing mind. Right? My mind race. It do boom, 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 boom. So my best conversation sometimes might come with me having one with somebody on the side of me, in front of me, or talking to me, because then I can kind of stay focused. And I exercise without a presence, because I really know that inside of me is a greater desire to stay focused. And it's work, man. You understand? It's work, because first I gotta be inspired to build up the momentum. So I'm gonna start off with a prayer. Boom. After I brush my teeth and wipe my face, I'm gonna start off with a prayer. Boom. I'm gonna take me a shower. If I don't do me a quick little 5-10 minutes worth of some type of exercise, just to get the blood running and get my mind outside of itself. Boom, before I hit that shower, come up out that shower and pray again. Boom, to make sure that I done got the new mindset that I went in to come out with in this prayer to try to move past anything that I didn't accomplish or that I. So you see, without me even having, because I don't explain everything, I'm going back and forth because I got to keep checking on this. My security system. I'm going back and forth on everything because I want to make sure everything all right, because I'm not sure. Because I know I'm not as normal as I want to be. I know, shit, if I know I ain't normal and ain't nobody telling me that I'm not normal, then ain't nobody around me being real with me. Because I know that in the beginning of a thought, it got a conclusive process. Shit to work all the way to the end. And if I can see it all the way through in my mind, and it ain't really no major distraction, because I ain't living in the world like that for the world to be a distraction. But when my first thought and my last thought don't add up, yeah, we got problems. We got issues. And now it ain't got a lot to do with me on my own. It got a lot to do with me not knowing who involved off in my atmospheric chemistry, because it's something throwed off. This what I know. But half the motherfucker on side me gonna tell me, man, you just fucked up. But, because they don't believe in the spiritual structure. Because it's a spiritual structure. And within you, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. This is where I come to realize, you understand me, what's going on with me ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. How somebody else can affect what I got going on is when I allow them off into it. Through words, actions, thoughts, people. So, it's a lot of stuff started to become majorly important, like the people I be around. I take myself around people and I realize that it's not necessarily something about them that's fucked up. And I'm going to blame it on me all the time. And I'm going to remove myself. And even sometimes removing yourself be a struggle. This is how real I got to be with me while I'm talking to me. Sometimes I don't remove myself in time. Sometimes I remove myself and a bunch of time pass and a bunch of damage be done. And, healing from damage ain't something that nobody want to be looking for, because ain't nobody, I don't self-inflict. You know what I'm saying? I ain't suicide. I ain't a bunch of that crazy left shit. You understand me? Especially with myself. And especially with nobody else. I explain me to people and they don't even see it necessary, and that's just because misunderstanding ain't part of my nature. It ain't part of my character, and it don't fit me. So I like to walk away from things with clear understanding and be at peace on both ends, right? Because that's how I live. If not, it's going to be at peace on my end, because I do know that I set forth to make sure that you understood before we. And if you go create something, then that's not on me. I think